Hi, welcome back to Guide to Solidworks, and in this tutorial we are going to be looking at another beginner's modelling tutorial. Now what we're going to do is we're going to use this tutorial to help us understand the way that we're going to build or lay out our models. So it's not as simple as just diving straight in and sort of creating shapes and hoping it comes out right. Where in a lot of models there are multiple ways to go about going around things, and generally we can still come out with the same outcome. However, in some cases when we model things, there are specific ways we have to do it, or else it's not going to come out right. So looking at this one for instance, what we've got here is a hollowed out component. So the inside is shelled, as you can see here. So the inside is shelled out. However, what we've got here is a vertical face here, a face that goes straight up, and a face that's on a sort of a horizontal angle coming down here. So these two faces, because they are different, could cause issues when we're shelling. So we're going to look at how we can plan this product out so we can make sure that it comes out right. Now, I'm going to talk you through the processes I'm going to go around making it, and then we'll dive straight in. So the first thing I'm going to do is this sort of dome shape here, sorry, this cone shape here. The first thing I'm going to do is revolve that around the center axis. Okay, once I've got that revolved around an axis, I'm then going to cut out these sections here, the 5 sections. Once I've got them 5 sections cut out, I'm going to add in this add-on at the side here, which is actually perpendicular to this edge, so it's offset by it's set at 90 degrees to that edge coming out. And then once I've got them in place, I will then shell it. Okay. The shelling feature then would means that the inside it works out exactly how we need it, which means then after I've shelled it, I can add on this sort of step at the bottom here. Okay, this ring at the bottom, and the 5 holes in that, so I'll add that on last. Okay, so that's the process I'm going to go through to design this and make it. Follow along, feel free to follow along if you like, and we'll have a go. So let's dive in. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get that front plane, and I'm going to sketch on that front plane. Okay, I'm going to put in a center line from my origin here, vertically up, and I'm going to make that the total height of the product, which in this case is going to be 92. Now, so this dimension here doesn't get in the way, I'm going to draw on this side. So I'm going to start with a line, and I'm going to come out a bit, down a bit, out a bit more, out at an angle, and then close it off down to the bottom of my center line. That gives me the rough outline. Let's put some dimensions to that. So the distance out here across is going to be 30. The distance from there to the across to its mirror image position is going to be 46, and the distance out here again to its mirror image position is going to be 112. We'll get that in there as well. Now we also want this step down here, so if we can get that step down there, I am looking at 12 mil for that step down. Okay, so we've got that outer profile shape. Let's revolve that around the center, so revolve that round. Give it a moment, and we've got that a preview of what it to look like. We want it to be 360 degrees round. It's selected the center line as the line of rotation or revolution there down the center. Okay, that gives us that basic outline shape. Now, once I've got that in place, I'm just going to go to my top view, like so. And I'm going to take from my top plane and sketch on that plane. I'm going to put a circle on there I'm going to just drop it out here somewhere. Okay, I don't know well, I'm going to dimension up the distance out that I want to go, which is going to be 50 out from the centre. And I want this circle here to be a diameter of 16. Like so. Now, just to make sure that everything's all lined up, I am going to put in a centre line from here to there, like so. And that should be perfectly horizontal across, if we've got it in the right place. Okay. So we're 50 out, 16 degrees there. Now there is one last part to this. We want to bring a line out to this outer edge. So I'm going to click on this outer edge of the circle, hold the button down, drag it out. And by doing that and holding the button, holding my left mouse down, it will automatically take a tangency to the circle. And then I'm going to just drop it on that outside edge there of the component. Okay. I'm going to create a relationship between that line and my centre line, and I want that to be 36 degrees. Coming around there. Okay, so we're just going to get a mirror of this line across to the other side. So we'll go to mirror entities, and that will project that line, as long as I've selected my mirror about, which is going to be this one, over to the other side here as well. Okay, and I'm going to take this outer edge of my component that I've created, this ring all the way around the outside, click that outer edge and hit convert entities, and that'll create a sketch for me there. I'm going to trim away what I don't need now. So I don't need all this excess around the outside, I don't need these inner rings of this circle, and I don't need that section there. Okay, now I'm just going to dimension up a few little bits just to make sure that it is fully defined. So we've got our 8 mil radius there, like so, and I'm just going to take them two corners and make a vertical relationship between them two. Now we're also just going to make sure that that has a relationship to that line there as well, locking that in place. Now I've got that sketch in place like so, I'm going to go to features and cut, and you'll see it's going down. I'm going to reverse the direction on that, and I'm going to go through all, so it'll bring it all the way up through the model and give me that one cut through there. So we've got that one cut through in place there. Now I don't just want the one, I want to make sure that we have a few of them. So that sketch doesn't look correct, just let me double check that sketch. Edit the sketch there. Make sure that all of this is fully defined. Console is over defining it there, so what's the issue? Okay, so let's take that and make sure we've got that tangent relationship between the two, like so. Bring that back out. Now we've got that, so it's spot on, we know that we've got the right shape. Okay, I'm going to take that extrude that I've created, that cut, and I'm going to pattern that. So circular pattern, and I'm going to use my direction or my rotation, my circular pattern as this top circle here. Okay, and I don't want 3, I want 5, so I'm just going to up this to 5. Now with this, they are equally spaced, so it's making sure that they are spaced equally around 360 degrees. So as long as we've got the equally spaced button selected, we're in good. We're doing good there. Okay, tick that, and that will remove all 5 of them sections for us. Okay, so what we're now going to do is I'm going to pop to the front plane, I'm going to go normal to the front plane, like so. And I'm going to sketch on here. So if I go normal to that front plane again, create a sketch on that front plane, and I'm going to create a center line coming off that surface that is perpendicular to that surface, like so. I want that to be 12 mil long, and I want from the end there to the base here to be 56 high. Okay, so now you'll see it's just changed this direction there. We're just going to have to put that dimension in just to bring that back round. So if we take that back to 90, like so, and we are again perpendicular there. Okay, now from that, I'm going to take a line down and then at a diagonal like so. Okay, now this line here is going to be half of 35. So 35 divided by 2 gives me that distance down there. And this line is going to be an angle offset here of 30 degrees. Okay, now we're just going to make sure we've got a distance on this. And that distance coming down there let's try that one again. I don't like that dimension there. So my distance from this top surface here, this top line, and this point coming down here is going to be 25. Just making sure it's going into my model far enough, like so. In fact, actually, that should be 15. It's 30. But yeah, so if we just view that from the front plane there, like so, we should have 30 from either side all the way across. So if it's 30 from this position across to its mirror image on the other side, then we should have 15 offset to one side. So just flip that to 15 rather than 30 there. Okay, once we've got that in place, I'm just going to finish this shape off. I'll line up to there and to there. Should just close that off like so. Okay, now we've got that in place, I am going to revolve that. So I'm going to revolve around that centre line 360 degrees and tick. And we should have our shape in place like so. Okay, now we've got that on there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shell this component out. So I'm going to go to the shell feature at the bottom. I'm going to change that so that my parameter, so that my wall thickness diameter is going to be 5 mil. I'm going to select this bottom face, and I'm going to select this top face. What that means is they're the two faces that it's going to cut through to create my shell. So I can show a preview so you can see what I mean by that. So it's cutting through here, it's cutting through here, but it's not cutting through this section here. Okay, so if I tick there, and I'm happy with that preview and that outcome. Okay, now I've got that in place, I just need to fill the rest of my detail in. So I can start with, let's do this face here since we've already got it in place. So I'm going to sketch on there. I'm going to hold Control and 8, and that will turn me so that I am normal to that face, and then I can zoom in. Now I'm sketching on there, and I'm going to sketch a circle. I'm going to find the centre, so hold my mouse over the outside edge of a circle and move into the centre and drag that circle out. I'm going to use that line for construction, so I'm just going to tick on that construction there, and I'm going to set the diameter of that to be 20. Now I want to offset this either way, so I'm going to do an offset of that line, and my offset is going to be 2.5 each way. Now I want that bi-directional, so it's showing me here that it's both directions. So if I unclick that, it'll only go one. Click it, it goes either side. So 2.5 either way, which gives me a 5mm gap altogether. Tick there, show I'm happy with that. Okay, now I'm going to put a centre line in. So from here down to the bottom, my centre line at the bottom there, my construction line around, and at that point where they meet, I'm going to put a circle and connect it to the edge. Now this is getting a bit messy, so let's move a few little bits around so they're not in the way. Let's get that out of the way there, and that out of the way there. Okay, so you can see what I've done now. I've got that centre line coming down, I've connected the circle in the centre of it, and then coincidence to each end. Okay, I'm going to bring another centre line from here, around here somewhere. No specific position, because I'm going to dimension from that line to this line here at 70 degrees. Okay, now I've come slightly too far on that, so I'm just going to trim off the bit that I don't want, which is that bit there. Just want it to be on that centre line there, so on that construction line. I'm going to take a circle on the centre of that, drag it out to the edge, like so. Trim off my excess, so I don't want that, and I don't want that. That just leaves me with that shape there. So I can now go to Features and Cut, and it'll ask me to pick the contours that I want. So I'm going to pick these sections, these 3 sections here, and I'm going to cut through, it only needs to go through 5, so let's just go through 5, because that's the thickness of the wall, and tick there, and we'll get that cut through, like so. Okay, now I've got that, I'm going to pattern that again, so circular pattern, and I'm going to create 3 of these rather than 5, 3, and my direction is going to be around the outside face here. So you can see the 3 previews, tick, and I've got them holes in place now. So the last part of this then is putting the base on with the holes through. So I'm going to click on this bottom face, I'm going to sketch on that face, like so. Now I'm going to convert the entities of that bottom face. Pick up the inside edge as well. Okay, it's not picked up that inside edge. I'm just going to undo that. Okay, so we'll go around. So I'm going to take this inside edge. I'm just going to have to select the lines as we go around. So I'm going to hit the Convert Entities tool there, and I'm going to go around this inside edge, just selecting the parts that are going to turn into a line. Now the reason I'm doing this is the fact that I am going to be creating a ring that fits around the bottom of here but can't go beyond this point. So I'm going to create a sketch using these edges. So this is its limit in terms of how far it can go into the model when I extrude it. So we've got that tick there to convert them entities. I've now got them lines around the inside, and if I view this from the bottom, from that centre, I'm going to put a circle there, out, and I'm going to extend this to 3mm beyond this outer edge, like so. Go to the extrude, and I can extrude that shape up by 8mm. Now at the moment it's coming down, I want it to go up, so I'm just going to flip the direction and tick there like so. And we've now got that ring in at the bottom there, and it's not affected our shell at all. Okay. Right, so last bit is just put these cuts through. So I'm going to come to this top face of this ring, and I'm going to sketch on that top face. And I'm going to put some circles in. So I'm going to find this edge here, find the centre of the circle that's already there, and draw a ring and another one. 2 circles in there to create that ring shape. Now the first outer circle is going to be a diameter of 15, and the inner circle is going to be a diameter of 7. Okay, so I'm going to use this one sketch to create 2 cuts. So first of all I'm going to features and cut, and I'm going to cut this inside hole. There we go. I'm just going to go all the way through, so through it all, and take there. Okay, I'm going to use the same sketch, so if I come down into the bottom of here, click on that sketch, and go to cut again. And this time I'm going to take that outer circle, and I'm going to just go down 3. Tick, and I should get that cut in there, like so. Okay. Now, I've got them in place, but I've just got them in one section. I need to get them in all 5, so I'm going to highlight both of them, cuts, and I'm going to go to circular pattern. Now this will allow me then to pattern this around in all 5 spots. So I'm just going to up that to 5 rather than 3, and you'll see how it fits the preview in the middle of each of them sections. Tick at the top that I'm happy with them, and we get them cutouts in each of the sections. Now the model is nearly done. All I have to do is apply a material. So I'm going to go right click on it, apply an appearance to the body, and I'm just going to select blue there. Tick that, and I can view that from an isometric view, and that is our completed model. Now hopefully from that you've learned something new, or if you've not, it's just reminded you of a few bits you can practice on to keep you up to date with your skills. If you have enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button, the like button, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. And please leave any comments below so that I can about any future models you'd like us to do that might help you out, or any techniques you'd like me to look at for you. Okay, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.